How do you think about the current business climate in China?
Chinese government is, of course, very consistent and continue to be open. Many companies have actually enjoyed the China opening. So there are many areas we believe. One of them is shipping and logistics, which I mean. The other one is digitalization.
Hello, Mr. Teo. Thank you for your time today.
Welcome.
I know in recent you and SBF members took a trip to the Great Bay Area. What takeaway did you have?
Well, on the 12th to 14th of January this year, we led a delegation from SBF to, first of all, to Hong Kong to attend the Asia Financial Forum. This is the first time Singapore sent a delegation, invitation by Hong Kong SAR government and the Hong Kong TDC. It was an eye-opening for us to see the scale and the depth of the forum and many participants. Two of Singapore companies, XCD Network and Clara, also took part in the sideshow called Flow Deal and FinTech to showcase what the capability, and they met many customers from China and from outside China. So in the exhibition, we also see many FinTech companies showcasing the capabilities, and it's a great learning for us. At the same time, we had a high-level closed-door meeting led by our Singapore Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Trade Industry, Mr. Gan Kim Yong, and his counterpart. 110 top businessmen from both sides attended this meeting, and there were very frank view exchange. SBF also signed a MOU with the Hong Kong General Chamber of Commerce to commit to further cooperation between the two business communities. Many Hong Kong businesses have been in Singapore for a long time, and some of them from there go into Southeast Asia. Similarly, many Singapore companies have been in Hong Kong for a long time, and from there to go into China. So what I call 你中有我，我中有你. And also for many years, the cultural, the people-to-people connection is very strong. So while the two economies do compete, but more I think we can complement each other, especially in this current uncertain world. So I think the meeting was very good. It's closed-door conference. Then from there, we went to Qianhai in Shenzhen. We visited a few companies in logistics, FinTech, and also in green financing. So we can see that the vibrancy of Greater Bay, and I think it can provide many opportunities for Singapore companies.
Actually, Shenzhen is a rising innovation center globally. How do you think about Shenzhen?
Shenzhen has always been an open city, attracting talent. But the last 10 to 15 years, it has been the forefront of innovation and technology for China. Many companies have started there. Many very successful companies are there, the likes of Huawei, Tencent, and all that. And I see that the good thing about Shenzhen is that government is very pro-business, is very pro attracting young people, right, from China and Hong Kong to go there to set up the office, providing them very good environment and incentive, plus low-cost, affordable housing so that they can settle down and release their energy and creativity. So it's very impressive.
As one of the most dynamic areas in China, what impressions does the Great Bay Area leave on you?
Well, Greater Bay, is comprises, I believe, of 11 counties and cities. Each of them have their own characteristic. Some of them are old manufacturing base, like Foshan, Dongguan. Some are very new, like for example, Huizhou, right? Also is developing into tourism, leisure. So I think Greater Bay itself is a lot of diversity, but more important is working together. It will become a very powerful and effective economic region in southern China.
What industries can the GBA and Singapore cooperate?
A few of them. One of them is shipping and logistics, which I mean. I think the ports like Hong Kong, Yantian, Nansha in Guangzhou and Shekou are all very important ports. So is Singapore. So especially in time like this where you can have, disruption in supply chain, so the ports can work together so that when certain port has a difficulty, the other port can support. I believe that in fact in this world of instability, right, it's more important that regional ports work together and complement each other. So in shipping logistics, we can do a lot of cooperation. The other one is digitalization. Shenzhen is very advanced, so is Singapore pushing for it. So company in both sides can cooperate, and also in terms of green energy, green financing, and sustainability. So that's how I see many feel that both sides can work together.
Are there any new corporations or projects coming up?
Well, we have the Singapore Guangzhou Knowledge City. I was actually the director at the beginning. I'm very glad to see that this city now has developed, matured to become a very important platform in Guangzhou for innovation, also in area like, intellectual properties and also design. And of course, Singapore and Shenzhen also have these councils, so how to cooperate. So I think there's a lot we can do in terms of exchange of talent, in terms of connectivity, even in the extent of, let's say, legal side, arbitration, and all that, so that we can complement each other. So there are many areas we can cooperate.
You are witness to China's opening up. Over the years, China's door is opening even wider to foreign companies. How do you think about this trend, and what opportunities will this trend bring to foreign companies?
Well, I started coming to China in 1980, immediately after the open up. I see at that time the China open up is to actually attracting foreign capital, attracting the market access through the foreign partners. And many companies have actually enjoyed the fruit of China opening. And of course, over the 40 years, China economy has grown a lot. And it's now a very huge economy. And so where last time is shortage of capital, shortage of market access, and technology doesn't exist anymore. Many Chinese companies now are even financially much stronger than us. They are also very advanced. Plus, important is that they have a lot of human resource capital. Some are very resilient and very robust. And many Chinese companies are very ambitious, and they have a foresight. I think what Singapore company can do is actually learn from them, right? So how they can actually complement us. More I see is actually opportunity to work together to go to a third country. For example, Southeast Asia, can be South Asia like Bangladesh, India, Sri Lanka, or even going to Africa. So I see the opportunity for foreign company is different now. It's not so much of providing capital or providing technology, but more using the strength of Chinese company together with the marketing experience, historical link of Singapore companies, so that we can come together, become a win-win.
Would you like to share some details on your company's business in China?
China today accounts for about 50% of PIL total top line, like many other international shipping companies. And we have been in China, in fact, since 1967, right? That's 58 years already. We have seen the changes in China, and that actually have benefited our company. So we will still see, as China develop, we will continue to play our part, especially the development of China to the Belt and Road countries. PIL traditionally has been very strong in Southeast Asia, in the Pacific Island, in South Asia, in the Middle East, Africa, and Latin America. And these are the countries where I think that China will continue to grow, not only in terms of export, but also import, and also direct investment. So these are the areas that I think my company can further so-called cooperate with Chinese company in terms of goods that they want to export, or even in terms of harnessing talent from China. As I say, China has a lot of talent, so I think it again can complement our company growth, not only in Singapore, but in the, in the other third countries. So we have some Chinese colleagues who are actually working with us in Africa, in Latin America, and in Southeast Asia.
What does the Chinese market mean for your company?
Well, Chinese market is very big, but also is very competitive. So for us, we have to be mentally prepared. It's not like what it used to be 40 years ago. We have to show what is the value we can bring. But besides saying that, Singapore has a good name in China. The Singapore itself is a brand. It's a brand of trust and quality and consistency. So that's why we have to choose the right field and choose the right partner to develop in China.
Actually, Chinese government did a lot on business climate. How do you think about the current business climate in China?
The climate at the moment, of course, is challenging. But then China has been growing at a very high speed for 30 years. So I believe this year the target is around 5%. But even 5% is a very high target compared to, because of the base is very big now. So I think the climate is improving, but some of that is beyond China control. And the geopolitics, the inflation, where the weather change, climate change, and the energy problem. So I think Chinese government is, of course, very consistent and continue to be open to foreign investment, continue to bring in foreign company. So I think the climate is difficult, but it's not only China. The whole world is difficult, right? But one thing about China is that the government is very much involved in listening to us and to see how we can work together. Not only us, but the Chinese company to improve the business.
Do you expect more policies will be released to foreign enterprises?
We hope so. Well, I think one is whether the Qingdan can be further improved so that we can be involved in more business. But as I said already, in many business in China, it's very competitive. So if we want to come in, we must be able to join them to be very competitive. So I hope that can be more relaxed. And of course, many places already have make the procedure simplified. And I hope it can be further simplified because then it make our business cost lower.
Chinese economy is shifting to high-quality development. How will this influence global supply chain?
No, I think that will mean that certain businesses that is low tech, that is maybe labor intensive, will move out of China, and it's already happening, right? So it may mean that it will move faster, and also the high quality, the technology growth is the right thing to do. But of course, change is always pain. Even a company in China, we are changing to maybe adopting more technology. So that will also affect our traditional way of doing. So we have to embrace it, but at the same time, we have to handle it more with a human focus. 更人性化. I think that's important, right? Because after all, Chinese are hardworking, very industrialist, but also, to me, very resilient. So I think it will succeed.
Based on high quality, how can China and Singapore enhance cooperation?
No, as I say, because both sides have its advantage. China has a market, China has the capital, China have the people. Singapore is small, but Singapore is how we say 小而精, right? So there are many areas we believe like the legal framework, certain insurance matter, arbitration, all I think can work together.
In terms of ASEAN development, how can Singapore and China do to enhance multilateral cooperation?
ASEAN is already China's largest trading bloc for the last 3 years. It will continue to do so. And ASEAN, I think by 2035, will be the 4th largest economic bloc in the world with very young population. So I think it's good that China can participate in ASEAN growth. And Singapore, being in the city-state, can play a role in helping Chinese companies to go into ASEAN. Hopefully, they will use Singapore to set up a regional HQ to go into ASEAN, and can also cooperate with Singapore companies.
You mentioned the BRI several times. How do you think about the future of the BRI?
I think it has been progressing, but maybe in the future, what we call 小而精, rather than very big project, and also beside the Chinese state-owned company, some more Chinese private company can actually take part in it.
All right, thank you for your time. Thank you today.
Thank you for your interview. Thank you.